All right. So thank you guys for being here tonight. I am super excited about what Juliane is going to share. I know that it's been really inspiring for me to hear from her in bits and pieces over the last few weeks, and I think you guys are going to love it as well. So just a little bit of introduction for those of you who, or all of you really probably, who may not know Juliana very well yet. Juliana has been with the company since the beginning of November of last year, so just over 4 months, and she just promoted to team leader March 1st. She is my very first team member or downline to promote to team leader, so I am really enjoying having someone and a good friend kind of on the same level, and we've done a lot together so far, and it's just been really good. Juliana really has a heart for giving. She is very generous, and something that she's been passionate about from the very beginning is donating to various good causes. I think some of your very first parties, even, she was donating to, was it an orphanage in Guatemala? Do I have that right?
Yes.
So she's done that kind of thing from the very start, and it's been really exciting to watch. I would say really like how the Lord's been able to use her in her little book business in touching a lot of different lives already in a short amount of time. And especially recently, she's just had some really good creative outside the box ideas for not only getting more books into the hands of more kids, but also being able to bless others financially. And also one of the significant things that I see that's been really cool is she's been able to give some people a different impression of the direct sales industry in general, in showing them that like not all direct sales people are in it for the money and in it for what they can get out of it themselves. And even more ways beyond what I've just listed, and you guys are going to see that for yourself as she talks tonight. So this is not going to be formal at all. If at any point any of you have questions for her or want clarification or more details, explanation about anything that she says, go ahead and interrupt her. I'm just going to tell them that for you, Juliana. I hope you don't mind. Go ahead and interrupt her, and I may have some questions too along the way. Take notes if that's your style. And yeah, I hope that you all can learn some good new ideas, and if nothing else, take back some fresh inspiration for this fun literacy mission that we're all on together. So that's all I have, Juliana. You take it from here. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I thought maybe I should start by saying that that was my very purpose. I joined with the intent of trying to help others. How should I say that? Like, I didn't just join to make money. I joined because I wanted to use that money for different causes. I felt like, well, if I can make it a little extra and use that for an orphanage or for a family need, that's what I want. So I want to be able to give more to other people. So anyway, that was my very intent when I joined. So that's why I have been, since the beginning, always looking for ways to try to, help others or support a certain cause. Anyway, so what my very first successful event I did was back in December. And what I did was I created a mystery hostess style event. So I would tell everybody that the party rewards that a hostess normally gets is going to be open, and in the end there'll be a drawing. But that was just the base. But what I really did, what I also did, I should say, is I told them that the commission that I make through this event is going to go towards an orphanage. And so what it did, it kind of gave people two reasons to purchase or to give, to place a high order. They would say, well, I'm supporting an orphanage, and I'm also getting a chance to win a huge shopping spree. So I had people that would compete. They would ask me, what's the highest order right now? And they would try to, so some people placed up to 3 orders, so that was funny. But I guess it made it fun, the fact that they were able to win, so that added a little bit of a fun factor to the whole event. And of course, they knew they were donating for a good cause. So that mystery.
Did you say that you gave away the hostess rewards to whoever had the highest order?
Yes.
Or you had a separate prize for them?
No, I didn't do that. I just explained to them the higher the order is, the higher the chance it will have.
Okay, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah, I did not give it away to the highest order. I just,
okay.
Yeah. So, so I had, the party went over $1,000, but also I think what helped it was the fact that it was right before Christmas. So I'm not, that definitely, people were buying gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so that was the first one that was definitely fun. And I just recently did another one that was fairly similar. I changed it a little bit. I decided to match every order that was placed and match it by 50%. So like what I mean by that is if somebody places, say, $100 of an order, that means that order is buying $50 worth of books for a child in need. So I take my own commission and then make it so it's $50. But then after the whole event is done, I place it towards a book drive, and so of course I get 17% out of the book drive, so I get some money back. So it's anyway, so that was another style. So I can tell people so they know, if I place $50, that means I'm buying $25 worth of books. For this one I did for foster children. So that I guess was another style. It was pretty similar as far as being a mystery hostess party, and it's I guess the mystery hostess makes it fun rather than just saying, hey, I'm just doing this event and giving everything to the foster children. I guess I decided to make it a little fun for the people participating. And so, yeah, and I guess I've had lots of success with both those parties I've done. They're really, really high sales. And during my last mystery hostess party, I actually asked everyone that was there, and I said, do you want to hold an event that will also benefit the same cause, and I will donate my commission again? So I had several people that said, sure, I will do that. All I have to do is invite 20 or 30 friends, and it's for a good cause, and nothing else is required for them. And so I had 2 more people that did the same thing, and I just ran those parties, and they were not quite as high as my personal, but still very nice parties, like $400 parties or $350, something like that. So again, I guess when people know that they're buying books not only for themselves or their own children, but for maybe an orphanage or a foster child or something like that, it makes them feel, I guess, or more generous maybe. They just decide, hey, I'll just add a little more because this is benefiting somebody else as well. So I've definitely had lots of interest. And people, like I said, as soon as I would get maybe a picture, like I had one picture that showed how the books were delivered to the foster home, I would share that on that page too, so people will see this is all real, this is happening right now, and it just helps for people to understand how they really are being a blessing for somebody else. So yeah, I definitely shared those pictures as soon as they came in to try to again motivate people to help continue this chain of events of, like I said, to benefit foster children. So
hey, can you Talk to us a little bit about who you were inviting to those mystery hostess parties. Like, what was your criteria for deciding who to reach out to? Did you treat it pretty much like you would of your launch party, or did you have different criteria this time around?
Okay. Yeah, that was another thing that was really fun about it. So I had people that were maybe when I first joined Usborne and asked them to come to my launch party, they were not that excited about it. Maybe they told me an answer like something like, well, we have too many books in our house. We don't have enough shelves. Or, no, I don't have money for this right now. Or just kind of not super positive answer. So I went back to these same people now and I told them, hey, this is totally different now. This is for this kind of cause. And I had people that said, you know what, I'm actually willing to support this cause. One lady decided to hold a party. And
like a lady who had said no to attending your launch party.
A lady has said, we don't have money for this right now. We don't have anything. No, I guess it was the money that what made her say no back at my launch party. So now she said, you know what, I'm willing to hold this party for you too because I have a heart for foster children. So it gave me, I guess, how should I say, I could use my same contacts again, and it gave me a reason to contact those people again without feeling like I'm being annoying because I'm not coming back with the same thing. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. That's why I'm contacting you again. Oh, and I forgot to say, every time I do these things, I always get people that say, you know what, I don't need any books, but I would love to contribute. I would love to help this cause. So I created a GoFundMe page or You Caring page, whatever it is. There's different websites you can do that with. And people would always, every time I would send out these invites, there were always some people that just wanted to donate. So then it was nice and handy to have that site created. So I just sent them the link, and I had a lot of people donating big amounts of money too. So what I would do with that money, of course, I would use it towards the book, what's it called, book drive at the end that I placed. So I wouldn't use it for any of the party deals, but at the end, when I placed the final book drive at the end of the month, I would use all that donated money, and that of course would help with the total in sales, and it made the amount even bigger. Oh, and also doing that, it allowed me to reach out to people that were maybe in Canada or different countries that can't buy from Usborne. So I would text my family. I have family in Germany or outside of the country, and I would say, hey, I joined Usborne. I'm doing this little book business, and I'm right now running this especially event to benefit foster children. Are you interested in helping? So all of a sudden I had use for people that I didn't like on my Facebook contact list that I couldn't really use before. Mm-hmm. So pretty much I ended up, every person in my Facebook account, every friend, I had a purpose for each person. The funny part was several people that donated were men. Like one was a 40-year-old man, not married, absolutely no family, no grandchildren, nothing. So, I would have never spoken to a man like that about my Usborne books. But now I'm like, hey, I'm running this event. Are you interested in helping? And he was more than happy to help. Is like, sure, I'm always looking for ways to help others, and donated big amounts. Like I said, I had several men or young men. One was not married yet. One was in his 40s. It was just kind of interesting to see. And so, like I said, all of a sudden I had a purpose for everyone on my contact list. So that was fun because I had felt a little bit like I used everybody that was available. Mm-hmm. And so what can I do now? How can I proceed? How can I, I need something fresh. And so whenever I came up with this idea, I'm like, well, now I can contact people I hadn't even spoken to before. So that was fun. Again, it wasn't like you don't feel like you're talking to the same ones and being annoying or pushy or whatever. So that was really fun. I guess another idea was after they donate, I always ask for permission if it's okay to ask them, like in the future, if I ever run an event like that again, is it okay if I contact you again? And most of the time they say yes.
Wow.
So that you don't feel guilty for, approaching them again in the future about something like that. Because like I said, I think people feel like they feel respected if you ask them for permission like that, and they're more than willing to say, hey, sure, whenever you do one again, just let me know. So yeah, I don't know if there was anything else I had in my mind, but I don't know if anybody has any questions.
I love that. That's something that you hadn't even mentioned to me yet that I'm writing down here, because that's really good. I love that idea of asking them afterwards if they'd like to find out about similar things.
Yeah, I started doing that after some people told me, hey, if you ever do this again, tell me. So I'm like, wait a minute, I need to just ask everyone.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. And so so you've been working recently on this book drive for foster children, which has been ongoing and continues to go on.
I'm doing it the entire month of March. I decided to just do it in March. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's been going on for quite some time. And you're saying that you had this one mystery hostess party, which you use your commission from towards this book drive, as well as collecting other donations for foster children. And you've already placed several orders for this book drive, right? So that you've already taken like the first lump of money that was available, put an order in a while, so that some of these books have already gotten into the hands of foster children, literally already. Right. Hey, this is one thing that I was going to make sure to ask you. Would you share some of what's her name, Crystal? Or that lady that you had been working with, your contact.
Oh,
Chelsea. Where you were, Chelsea, yes. Sorry. And it was a C. Can you share with everybody here some of what she said to you? Because I thought that was really powerful.
Okay, let me find it. Yeah,
pull it up.
I took is there a way to show it to everybody, or do you want
me
to just...
Yeah, if you hit that green share screen button at the bottom.
Okay. Let me see.
And then it should give you the option to just show us what's on your computer screen once you're ready.
I'm trying to find it. I shared it on one of my parties, so I'm just going to find it in the party.
She just had some really beautiful things to say to you, I thought, and I know that was really rewarding for you to get that kind of positive feedback from her as the recipient, or as the representative, I guess, of the recipients of those free books then that you were able to give, which was really, really cool. I think we would all agree that that's maybe the most fun thing about this business in general, is when people come back to us and tell us how they've been impacted, whether it's a party guest who bought a book for like their little boy who hates reading that really kind of made him fall in love with reading again, or something big like this where you do a book drive and get books into the hands of people who would have otherwise not had access to them, and they are so grateful for the books, and it's just really fun to get to play a part in that, and to kind of feel that we've had a hand in bettering the world in a small way.
Okay, can you see it? It's not very clear. So
no.
I can read it too. If that
is it showing up for any of the rest of you? Nope, we don't see anything. Did you hit that share screen button, and then I think it'll ask you?
No, I did it.
There we go. Now we can see it.
Okay. Yeah, that was one screenshot that I actually shared on my party event.
Yeah, so she was literally brought to tears.
And there's also a picture. Let me see if I can.
Oh yeah, we'll see a picture too. Ah, look at that.
So yeah.
And is that Chelsea in the middle there?
Yes.
Okay. And just for reference for the rest of these people who haven't been hearing about this all along like I have, she was your contact person for the foster kids and just kind of acting as a hub, and is going to be distributing these to various foster families. Is that correct? Do I have that right?
Right. Yeah, they are they foster children themselves too. So they have always, I don't know, 3, 4 children in their homes. They just recently adopted, I think 3 or maybe even 4 boys. I'm not 100%. So they always have a full house. So I knew about that. And that was another thing that was kind of interesting. I had sent her an invite too when I first launched my business, and I hadn't gotten any response. And then when she saw these books, she wrote, "Wow, these books are so nice. I might have to join one of your parties." So it was kind of interesting.
And how did she see those books from you initially? Like, she had not responded to your launch party invite, and then she saw a post that you just put on your personal timeline?
Well, when she received the books.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Books got delivered.
So back up for a minute, and how did you initially make contact with her about this book drive for foster kids? Like, how did that start? I don't even remember.
Yeah, well, we do know each other. We are from the same church, not in local church, but we see each other off and on, or at weddings or things like that. So I kind of know her, not really close. So then I approached her and I just told her I'm looking for somebody that would help me actually reach those children, because I have this in my heart, this burden. I want to do this, but I have no way to actually reach the children. Can you help me? Because I know your family is a foster family that helps or works with foster homes. So then that's how it worked.
Okay.
Yeah. I had another lady in my contact, kind of in my mind, that I know always has foster children as well, but I started with Chelsea first, and so it worked out. So that's how we have been doing it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And another thing was, again, back to using my whole contact list on Facebook, I would also go to my husband's account, and he has lots of clients from his business. And I would just introduce myself as, "Hey, this is Zeke's wife," and so that would give them an idea who I was. And I would just tell them about it too. "I'm trying to contact as many people as possible. I hope you don't mind that I'm sending you this message, but this is what I'm doing. Are you interested?"
Mm-hmm.
And I had several people that donated, and then afterwards asked me, "Hey, so are you selling these books, or what's it all about?" Because they were not on my friends list before. They were my husband's friends.
Right.
So then I would add them, and I had 2 ladies like that, true grandmas, that have been very good clients since. So again, I would have had no idea that they had any interest or, any use for these books.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they approached me. So I guess it got the word out about my business. So it was a little bit of an advertisement, even though that was not my intent, I didn't do it for that, but it happened. So that was really fun. Yeah. So I took some of the books to the barn, because he's a horse trainer. Maybe I should add that. And when they would come out for lessons, I would come and show them some of our books. And of course, that was really fun for them to actually see them in person. And like I said, they've placed several orders since. So that was kind of fun effect too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys see, or you guys are hearing how these parties with a purpose / book drives have had ongoing benefits in many different ways. They've been huge sales boosters for Juliana. Some of these things, her book drive and so on, helped to give her the sales she needed when she was working on promoting. She's gotten bookings out of some of these things that she likely would have not otherwise gotten. She's gotten exposure to new contacts. She's been able to reach out to people with these books who had formerly rejected the idea for whatever reason, and just on and on and on. And that's just all on top of the incredible, beautiful thing of being able to do what's on your screen right now and bless these people with all of these books for free. And yeah, I mean, if you want to check out, Juliane, I'm just kind of putting words in your mouth here. I hope you won't mind, but Juliana did a really good job of setting up her fundraiser page in the very beginning when she started out with this book drive for foster kids, and she had a really nice description written with some statistics about foster children and the way that their education typically goes and so on. Davina, I'm sure you could speak into that some as well. For those of you who don't know, Davina is a foster parent. And can I just tell everybody a little bit about you, Davina, for just a minute? Okay, great. So Davina, and she'll correct me in the chat box if I give any incorrect information here, hopefully, but she lost her voice due to a bacterial or a virus of some kind some time ago. I don't remember the exact number of years. And so she really turned that around in an incredible way, and is she and her husband have opened up their home to children who are deaf or hard of hearing, because obviously she can communicate with them very well through sign language. So yeah, she's got experience with this foster kid thing. But what I was saying about Juliana's fundraiser page is that she's got some good statistics talking about, especially explaining to people how impactful books can and will be in the lives of these foster children. So I'm sure if any of you guys want to check that out, she'd be willing to let you peek at it.
I actually also created a special Visly template for the events. I don't know if that's something people want to
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I didn't even realize that. Cool.
It's customized, but it gives you an idea of what you can do. And I've played with it. I've done it where I actually ran an event in one evening, and I've done it where I just let it go for a week and I just posted daily. So I can't tell which one I like better. Both worked really well. So I guess it's up to you what you want to do with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I do have those available. I don't know if somebody wants to look at it or not. Or I could even add a person to one of the current parties if somebody wants to take a peek. I can do that too.
Awesome. You guys let us know if you want that. Do any of you guys have any questions for Juliana right now? Ask away. This is your chance. Well, nobody has anything right now. I just thought about it, Juliana, that Sabrina's not here, and I wanted her to talk for a little bit about what she has planned for next month, just to give all of you another idea, maybe some inspiration for like different causes and different ways you could do this kind of thing. So Juliana, do you feel like you know enough about what Sabrina has planned that you can fill us in on that for a minute?
I can share a little bit, yeah. Sabrina has an autistic child, and I guess April is autism awareness, the month of autism awareness. So she has contacted her child's, psychiatrist, and asked her about writing up a little bit about what autism is. Mm-hmm. And she is putting together an event as well. I think she wants to run it for a longer period of time, and she mainly wants to raise awareness about it. She wants her own family to learn about it. I know I personally don't know that much about it. I hear things off and on, or you read something here and there, but so she's trying to do that. But she got several other moms of autistic children that she has contact to, and she's asking those to participate. And I think each of them is going to write up a little bit what maybe a day is like, or what life is like with a child, an autistic child, and share about it. And of course, Sabrina's going to share what books she likes for therapy, what she likes to use with her son. And yeah, I don't know beyond that how any other details, but I love the idea of doing that, of trying to raise awareness with it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And there again, she's doing some creative things in pulling in those friends of hers, other moms with autistic children, into that party. And she's having them invite some of their contacts as well, right? And this is going to be a joint effort for them to kind of
yes,
share information with people who are interested. And then at the same time, they're going to be, talking about books. And Sabrina specifically is going to be sharing different ways that some of our books have impacted her son's life already and, been therapeutic for him in different ways. And then how is she doing that? She's going to split the rewards among those other moms that are collaborating with her to share their stories. Is that right?
I guess I don't know how she's doing that. I haven't asked.
I'm not exactly sure either, but something cool like that. And then I think her idea with getting her son's therapist involved is that she told the therapist that if she will participate and do this write-up for them, and I think maybe like help spread the word as well, then Sabrina is going to donate her commission to, what is it exactly? I wish Sabrina was here to tell you guys exactly, but either some kind of work or foundation or something that her therapist is involved in, I believe, if I remember.
Yep.
So that's just another idea. And
I think her therapist is doing some kind of autism walk, I think.
Oh, you're right. I think that sounds right.
And then she wants to donate towards that.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that each one of you have something near and dear to your heart, some cause like this that you could do this kind of thing with. And maybe this is, kind of sparked something in your mind or giving you some inspiration, or even just giving you different ideas about like the ways that you can reach out to people, how to approach them, and the different kinds of people that you can reach out to. And I know we haven't talked a lot about like the ins and outs of how a book drive actually works tonight, because that's kind of a subject for another time, and there's information about that on Treetop. Or you can ask Juliana or I about that later. But the way a book drive works is that Usborne does do like a matching fund up to 50% or at 50%. So you get $1,000 in donations, you're going to be able to get $500 in free books added to that order. So that means that like every $10 is going to be stretched to 15, and every donation, every dollar is going to be matched at 50% like that.
I always mention that when people donate, I tell them, hey, you just donated $100. Usborne is doing this. And I give them a really good picture of Usborne and tell them your donation just bought $150 in free books in books for these children. So I like to mention that because it makes the people feel good about it.
Yeah, right. So being able to contribute to a cause like this makes people feel good about themselves, and it also leaves them with a good taste in their mouths of our company. Mm-hmm. And I am guessing that by now all of you have had experiences with Sterling.
He's not sleeping yet. Never got Daddy.
I'm guessing all of you have had experiences with people who have negative views of the direct sales industry and have had negative experiences and maybe want nothing to do with it. And this is one of those ways, I think, as you've heard from Juliana tonight, that can really maybe have a hand in changing that, which I think is really exciting. I guess I've found, since I have been with a direct sales company, that that's a little bit become a small passion of mine as well, as being able to show people that we've got a really good thing going on. It's not all about sales and pushiness and, forfeited relationships, I guess. Do any of you have any questions? Juliana, do you have anything else? Any final words?
Well, I think we mentioned everything. I can't think of anything right now.
I'm not thinking of anything else right now either. I hope this was helpful for you guys, interesting at least. Juliana, thank you so much. This was this was invaluable, I think, and very interesting for me to hear again as well. And I really appreciate you being willing to do this favor for me. I know you were a little bit intimidated as a brand new team leader and haven't even met some of these girls yet yourself, but I really, really appreciate you being willing to.
Yeah, maybe one last thing that I just came to my mind. It seemed much easier and much less. You know how like sometimes we feel like we have to pull teeth, to get people to order. This was totally different stories. Like when I do a fundraiser, the donations just come flooding in, and it's not this. It seems like it's so much easier. Like back when I was working towards different, goals money wise. Mm-hmm. It just took care of it. I didn't have to worry about it. I would meet all kinds of that's how I earned all my success kits and everything, because it came in, and I didn't even do it on purpose. Like it wasn't, I didn't know I was a beginner. So it wasn't like I said, hey, I'm setting up this event so I can meet all these goals. I just did it because I wanted to, because like I said, when I joined, that was the whole idea. And then I realized what was happening. I was like, oh my goodness, look at that. I'm meeting all these, and people are just willingly ordering without me having to do a bunch of work. So that was really fun and easy.
Yeah.
But so I guess if you're tired or if you're having lots of not so successful parties, for me it was a fun boost or a fun, refreshing experience.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it was so simple.
Yeah.
So,
made working your business fun again when you were able to celebrate some successes like that.
Right. And I didn't have to deal with so many no's. I guess the ratio is very different when you ask people to join an event like that. I would say it's more like a 50-50 chance versus a 25% chance that I normally have that people will attend or
I'm glad you said that. Because I was going to ask you about what you thought was maybe like the percentage of responses. And another question I had was, did you get any like negative responses? Like in particular with those people that you had reached out to before about your launch party or about something else previously, when you reached back out to them about this opportunity, like you got all positive responses, right?
Yeah, I had never had anything negative. I guess people just didn't answer at all if they didn't want to. Right. They're just nothing. So, but nobody actually said, hey, you've talked to me too much about this. I'm tired of. Nobody said anything like that.
Nobody blocked you or anything.
Nothing rude, nothing. No. Actually, people were very, very kind about it.
Good. So yeah, that can be really encouraging for any of you who are feeling like you're in a little bit of a slump right now, or maybe in a little bit of a funk with getting bookings, or just need something energizing to kind of pull you back in, and get some momentum going again. Honestly, this kind of thing could be a really good option for that as well.
Right. Like I was gone all through the first week and a half in March, and I didn't have any bookings, and I only did this fundraiser and 2 other fundraisers along with it, and I'm almost to my home office challenge too.
Yes.
With just 3 events. I mean, that's crazy. Normally I have to do more like 8 to 10 to reach that.
Yeah.
So that was like, wow, that's just happening to me.
Yeah.
We made it simple and fun, and makes it's very it's a good thing you're doing. You are helping other people. Like the foster care mom, she said they're in such great need of books. She said dire needs of books. Like they need them really badly, especially older age groups, like 8 to 15, I think. So next time I order books, I'm gonna do books for older children. I guess that's even needed for them.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So cool. Okay. Well, if none of you have questions, I think we will call it a night and let you all get to bed. I know it's a little bit later for most of us than it is for Juliana. So thank you again for being here. And if you do have questions or think of things in the next few days as you're continuing to process all of this, don't be afraid to reach out. Juliana and I would both welcome your questions anytime about anything. We are here for you. So thanks again for being here tonight. And I will bid you all good night.
All right. Thank you.